Hey guys, so in this video I just want to announce that I'm going to be learning full ZBLL. So I've said a few times in the past that I wasn't going to do this, but what basically changed my mind is I spent some time and made this trainer for myself. So basically this it's just has a virtual cube. You can like do moves using the keyboard, and that's the front. That basically represents the front face, the up face. That's the front face, and then those are the stickers on the sides. So the reason I want to use this trainer is because I can just test myself on the algs, and I don't have to scramble, and I just press enter and I get a new case, and I just test myself on it. And well, the main thing is that if I press spacebar now, it shows me the alg. So if I don't know an alg, I just press spacebar, and then up comes the alg, and I have all the algs from Jabari's ZBLL PDFs on this thing, so I don't have to ever look up an alg in a PDF. So basically this saves me a lot of time because I never have to scramble, I never have to look up an alg. And also if I mess up, like I just press this escape and it goes back to the case, and I can try again. And yeah, so I think this will make learning algs much easier for me. I also have it set up so that I can just test like certain subsets at a time. So these are just all ZBLL subsets here. So I'll just make my way slowly through those. So I currently know about 110 or something of these algs. So I reckon I can do about one of these subsets, which each have about 12 algs. I reckon I can learn one in either 2 or 3 days. I probably need to review a bit. So yeah, I have about 20 of these that I need to learn before I technically know full ZBLL. So basically at that point I'll need to mirror stuff still, but I'll be able to use an alg for every single ZBLL case at least. So yeah, I mean, I think with this trainer I actually don't think it'll be too hard. I think it'll just be I mean it'll take a long time, but it won't be hard. So yeah, I'm just gonna do it really. Yeah, so I've gotten up to here so far. I've got like 5 sets done. I know 2GLL as well, not from this thing. Only downside to this trainer is that it doesn't really train your finger tricks and stuff, so I'm just going to use this Roman's ZBLL trainer that I'll link in the description, and it's like really well written. You can like choose your cases and so on, and there's a timer and everything. So I'll be using this. So yeah, so I'm going to learn ZBLL, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. So the other thing I want to just mention in this video was just some of the things I was thinking about while making this. I was just thinking that after making this thing, I sort of got the feeling that, you know, ZBLL seems like a better method now, since it's a bit easier to learn for me. So I was just thinking, you know, what if maybe this is the way that Cubing needs to progress from now on. Instead of like just creating more and more, you know, variants and methods and stuff, we should try and make existing methods easier to learn. So like instead of creating all these, you know, ZZ subsets that are just like a compromise, you know, ZZCT. I mean, it's not as efficient as ZBLL, and some of the algs aren't quite there yet, and so on. Also, like ZZB, you know, it's like you have to do phasing, which, you know, I mean, if you know it's full ZBLL, you don't need to do phasing, things like that. maybe instead of talking about those subsets, we should actually just try and make a ZBLL easier to learn. So I mean, so I was trying to kind of imagine the ideal alg trainer, and just wondering like what features would have. Now Roman's ZBLL trainer is actually pretty great at the moment. It has, you know, loads of features. You can select all the cases, and has a lot of timers. But I mean, I think you can really imagine like a lot more features. Like for example, I would really like to be able to take notes on recognition and things like that. What else is there? Well, and the other thing is, I think it'd be really cool if we could have something, you know, like Quizlet for algs. You know, with Quizlet you can just like search anything like chemistry or physics, and you can find a set made by somebody else, and you can just start learning straight away. So imagine like if you could just, you know, say you invented a method, and you could just create like imagine like a Quizlet set, and straight away people can just use an alg trainer, just like Roman ZBLL trainer. You can select cases, they can test on specific subsets at a time, and they can just start learning immediately. Because I mean, I see a lot of methods that are invented nowadays, you know, just nobody learns them. Like it just never happens. It's like people just say, you know, that sounds interesting, and then people forget about it. So you know, I'm just thinking perhaps if there is some sort of, you know, Quizlet for learning algs with some really good alg trainer with not necessarily with a simulator cube. Like I have this feature here where I can just like get the scramble, and you can just scramble your own cube, and then you can just test it yourself. I mean, there are loads of features, and I might put some in the description, because I've certainly forgotten some of the things I want to say. But yeah, I mean, perhaps there's no substitute for hard work. I mean, ZBLL, I think, is probably the fastest variant of ZZ or Petrus, and probably, you know, if the fastest ZB user, a ZZ method user. I mean, I would hope that they would use full ZBLL rather than, you know, ZZCT or something. So perhaps really what we should be aiming to do is not create more compromised methods such as ZZCT or stuff like that, but rather just make ZBLL super easy to learn. Like, I mean, yeah, for example, you could use like scientific stuff like spaced repetition to learn the algs, and we could have it all on I mean, you could imagine if it was all on something like Quizlet, and you could have people sharing their notes on certain algsets and how they recognize them and all that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I would be able to make something like that on my own, so I'm really just throwing the idea out there. I'll probably continue working on this. I'm probably going to just try and learn full ZBLL first before I actually add too many more features. But yeah, anyway, that's just an idea I had, and I mean, yeah, I think it really could be the future. I mean, we've already made so many methods. I mean, it's time that somebody actually learned them. Alright, so yeah, that's really all I wanted to say, I think. Yeah, subscribe if you want updates on how far I get and so on, and leave any questions in the comments. And if you're good at coding and all that, and you can make this amazing alg trainer, that would be pretty amazing. So yeah, that's really all I want to say, and see you next time.